This is my submission to the November debate competition. First, we will be talking about Miranda rights. Now, I would vote in favor of this amendment in an attempt to ratify it, as there isn't a particular reason that I could find in my research that would prohibit this from becoming an amendment and would not be seen as unconstitutional. Currently, it is upheld by a court decision. And if that is overturned, then this would make it so that policemen would not be required to state someone's Miranda rights, making them unaware of the actions they can take, and that everything is voluntary, and that they have the right to remain silent. I do not foresee any additional cost, as this is simply ensuring that something that is already implemented cannot be diminished. This is important to ensure that citizens cannot accidentally incriminate themselves, and this highlights that they may make statements and may take actions voluntarily. It would help them be guaranteed to be given the opportunity to understand and consider their rights regarding what they can and cannot do if they are apprehended, regardless of the state rules over these circumstances, due to how the Constitution is considered superior to that of the state. The rebuttal would note how it seems unnecessary, as it is already an implemented system, perhaps you could say, that policemen are required to say someone's Miranda rights. However, I would argue that due to the potential for this to be taken away, it would be helpful to ensure a citizen's rights by ratifying an amendment that would help to ensure that a citizen is guaranteed to their Miranda rights, and this would also ensure that they know what actions to take, what actions they can take, and I cannot foresee any extra cost, as I may have already mentioned. As for Social Security, I would not ratify an amendment, or I wouldn't vote to ratify an amendment regarding this in order to raise security and to reform it. Assuming this is in order to reduce fraud, approximately $3 billion is lost to improper payments each month, or not each month, each year. However, compared to the $900 billion that is spent on Social Security, this is approximately 0.4%. The payments to the dead or very old are very, very minimal in terms of how much we lose to those, and there would also be something called opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is essentially referred to sort of the perhaps time invested in something, which is something to consider. For example, if you're working on one thing, you would have to ensure that it's more profitable than something else you could be working on, etc. And also prisoners, which would likely come of this due to higher security, so more criminals apprehended. Prisoners, on average, across the states, cost about $33,274. And we have other issues as of currently to worry about, and you'd also have to find workers to implement this. You'd also have to consider maintenance to ensure that this isn't diminished. So workers, to maintain this, you'd have to get people used to the new system, and it may be an inconvenience for a majority of people who use this system. The rebuttal would likely say that this is a profit, so it should be ratified. However, I believe we could invest our time and money into something perhaps more relevant and pressing in our time. Perhaps we could work on this at another time in this country. However, I believe that as of currently, it is not relevant. Thank you.